Going on court 4 times a week and training hard, Victoria Cheng is getting set for the Youth Olympic Games in Singapore this month.
It's really tough over there for any athlete. There'll be players from all over the world, different countries. So yes, it will be a real challenge for anybody going from New Zealand, but the experience is just really worth it.
It's a privilege and a great honour to represent New Zealand to play in the Youth Olympics, and it will be definitely a big experience for me.
Victoria is just one of those people that just applies herself. She does what she's asked to do. She just trains hard, and she's just, over the years, really gone from a youngster to a real good young athlete now.
16-year-old Victoria has already won several games in New Zealand and overseas, and these have led her to the Youth Olympic Games.
And hopefully I'll have good games and try my best.
Victoria will definitely, she'll make them work for the game, you know. So she's a very good competitor, Victoria, and Victoria is not frightened of any opponent on the court. She just gets out there and does the job, you know.
My strength is I'm really good at using deception, and I'm really fast in court for my size because I'm quite short. And also, I'm a really consistent and steady player.
Victoria is joining 5,000 other young Olympians from all over the world. It's the first Youth Olympics in history. And Singapore was selected to be the host country.
Well, the idea about the Youth Olympic is to have a special event, a games, especially for the young people of the world, where they can come together to interact, to connect, to take part in sports, as well as culture and education. So the Youth Games has an equally important component of both sports, culture and education.
Following the ancient tradition of the Olympics, the Youth Olympic flame traveled the globe across 5 cities. Here in Auckland, the ceremony recently took place at the Telstra Clear Pacific Event Centre.
Look, we're very, very proud to be one of the 5 nations hosting the Youth Olympic Flame was truly an honour, and the people of Manukau and the people of New Zealand have done a great job, and today's celebration was really wonderful.
Brought here by the Singapore Organising Committee, the flame was lit by New Zealand Olympians and witnessed by hundreds of Kiwi school children.
We believe in the philosophy and the concept of Youth Games, Singapore being a young and dynamic country itself, and we want to embrace the Olympic values of excellence, friendship and respect. And we believe that we have the necessary facilities and to get the job done in a matter of 2.5 years.
From Auckland, the flame travels to Seoul, Korea, before arriving in Singapore for the opening ceremony. 54 Kiwi athletes are representing New Zealand at this first Youth Olympic Games.
To me, this is like the peak kind of my career so far, because I've been representing New Zealand for a few years, and this is probably the most amazing event I'll ever go to. And I think it's just amazing that I get this chance to go and see like the top sports people in the world and in my sport. And yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Means good experience, and hopefully I'll be able to see the outside world of different badminton players and watch good games.
The most important thing for us is that they compete with pride and spirit, and they represent their nation well. I think the Youth Olympic Games is about broadening themselves as individuals, learning more about the other people who inhabit the planet with us. So all of those things will come out, and if we get some medals, we'll be very pleased.
The Youth Olympic Games kicked off in Singapore yesterday, where athletes between 14 and 18 years old will be competing in 26 sports and taking part in the culture and education program. They're giving their all to make their own mark on Olympic history.
Well, that's all we have time for this week on Asia Down Under. Thank you for joining us. We'd also like to extend our best wishes to the Indian and Pakistani community on their 64th Independence Day. See you next week, same time. This programme was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.